Hey, what's up YouTube? In this video, I'll be showing you how to make a Raising Cane's fast food restaurant with a drive-thru in Minecraft for all of your city building needs. Not only have I designed the entire outside of the build, but I have also designed the interior as well. Fun fact, I am hidden somewhere in the intro of this video. Let me know down there in the comment section if, where, when, why and how you spotted me. This is the amount of space required to make the build, including a handy grid, which you may choose to copy, that will show you the starting position. And here are all of the materials that we will use throughout the build. Please do make sure that you have access to all of these. Begin the build by placing a brick on the ground. Then place 3 light grey terracotta to the right. 1, 2, 3. Then place white concrete in front of the last 2 terracotta. Then place a black stained glass pane to the right of the white concrete, leave a gap of 1, place another glass, and then place 2 white concrete. 1, 2. Place light grey terracotta behind the concrete and extend the terracotta to the right by 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Then place a brick on the end. We then want to extend that brick backwards by placing 15 light grey terracotta behind it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Place a brick on the end, and then place 16 light grey terracotta to the right, extending across the back of the build. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Place a brick on the end, face this way, then extend the brick to the right towards the front of the build by placing 2 light grey terracotta, 1, 2, then a white concrete, extend forwards, and then to the right by 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then extend inwards, and then we can simply connect all the way back to the very front of the build by placing a row of light grey terracotta. Next, we are going to remove all of the grass from inside of our build. We will place rows of stripped oak wood to replace the floor. I am placing the stripped oak long ways, from left to right across the width of the build, but if you like, you can place it in lengths front to back. Next, we are going to be raising corners. To do this, we will place an additional 4 bricks, 1, 2, 3, 4, on top of each one of the 4 corners of the build. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And lastly, 1, 2, 3, 4. Come all the way back over to the front of the build, and all the way over here on the left, we are going to also raise up the light grey terracotta to match the height of the bricks. On the right side, we will raise up the light grey terracotta behind the white concrete to match the height as well. We will also extend to the right by 1 row, and then we can place the window. Place a polished black stone wall here along our row of light grey terracotta, 2 black stained glass to the right, polished black stone wall, then 2 glass, 1 wall. And we extend each one of these blocks 1 row upwards, just like this. And then we will place 2 rows of light grey terracotta directly on top of this. Perfect. We can then focus on the entrance area itself by placing an additional 2 black stained glass pane on top of these 2 black stained glass panes. place an iron bars in front of the middle glass panes like this. We then want to place 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 white concrete on top of each one of these white concretes like so. Then we will connect the white concrete together across the top of the door. And we actually have to remove these 2 white concrete blocks here. It was a little bit silly of me, I forgot about this. We want to then place 2 rows of red concrete in this position for the sign. And then we can place white concrete across the top. We then want to place polished black stone slabs here, just across the top of the doorway as well. And we can also place it on top of the white concrete too. We can also extend the white concrete here backwards by 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, in towards the center of the building, and we can just extend it across and we can join together. So we just want to make this a nice 3D shape, and we will just fill the top of this in using polished black stone slabs, just like so. We will then place a row of black concrete across the top of our windows like this and extend it outwards 3 more times. 1, 2, 3. So it wants to be 4 rows long in total, just like so, and extend from literally just that side of the window to this side. And then we can place polished black stone wall extending down from these 2 corners with iron bars in between, just like this. Let's move around to the right side of the build now, where we first of all want to place a polished black stone wall here in this corner, and then 2 black stained glass pane to the right, a wall, 2 glass, wall, terracotta, wall, 2 glass, wall, 2 glass, wall, and we want to extend each one of the walls up and the glass up as well. And then we place light grey terracotta across the top of these windows, just like this. And then we move over to the back of the build, where this is a lot simpler. We just want to fill the back wall in with light grey terracotta. Moving on to our final side now, the left side, we are first of all going to raise up these 2 light grey terracottas to match the height of the wall. And we will also do the same here with this light grey terracotta. Then we can add windows by placing polished black stone wall here, 2 glass, wall, 2 glass, wall. And we can extend the wall and the glass 1 row upwards and fill the gap above these in using light grey terracotta, just like so. Then we want to raise up our white concrete, or at least some of it. We'll start here. We want to add a row of 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 right here, and the same here as well. So just extending upwards in line with the walls. We then extend the white concrete forwards on both sides. We then add 1, 2 glass here and 1, 2 glass here. Connect across the top with a row of white concrete and extend all the way up. Then add a row of polished black stone slab across the top of the drive-thru window. And we also want to extend the top 2 blocks here inwards by 2, so 1, 2, and we just want to extend in and connect and place polished black stone slab across the top of this area, just like so. Next, we are going to fill in the roof. Raising Cane's roof is simply made by placing first a layer of white concrete to fill in all of the empty space at the top of the roof, and then you can either place a layer of polished black stone slab all the way along the top of the walls, just like so, and then leave the build as it is, Or you can then fill the entire top of the build in with polished black stone slab. Next, place a stone slab here in this position, and extend it to the left by 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Extend this slab in towards the build, and this slab as well. Remove the grass in between them, replace it with podzol, and then place ferns on the podzol. Then, we are going to place a stone slab here in this position, and extend it inwards, and all the way across to the right corner of the grid. We then extend all the way backwards along the grid, and we extend to this point right here, so just one row behind the actual building. Then we are going to place a row of jungle leaves starting from here, this side of the drive-thru window, extend all the way across the back and inside of these stone slabs, and we will just extend all the way to this corner. We will then remove all of this grass here and replace it with podzol. Then we will place ferns on the podzol, just like so. Then we are just going to remove all of the remaining grass area in front of the build, leading all the way up to this point here. So we should actually just remove from the window to this corner of the build and replace this with podzol. We want to run a row of ferns up the side of the build, however we want to place jungle leaves here in this little corner. Then we can go ahead and remove all of the remaining grass on this right side, which is a bit easier, as we just want to replace all of this with smooth stone. Next, we are going to place a cauldron here with an oak trapdoor above it. And then underneath this canopy, we will place oak slabs against the terracotta blocks with glass above them. Oak fence against these slabs. Slabs on the opposite side of the fence. And then oak pressure plates on top of the fence. Like this. Next, we are going to make a set of banners for the sign here that simply spell out the word Canes. Throw down the loom, open it up, place a red banner in there with white dye. The first letter we must make is C. This is the Chief, Base, and Pale Dexter pattern. Next is A. This is Pale Dexter, Pale Sinister, Chief, and Fess. Next is N. Pale Dexter, Pale Sinister, Bend. Next is E. This is Pale Dexter, Chief, Fess, Base. Next is S. Chief, Base, and then Bend. We can then apply these letters above the door C, A, N, E, S. Just like this. Next, we are going to add a drive-thru around the build. To do this, we simply want to remove 3 rows of grass directly left of our build. And also 3 rows of grass along the back of the build. We can then replace all of those blocks with grey concrete. As we get towards our pathway here, we do have to add a small marking, so just 3 white concrete here in line with the smooth stone path, and then we can fill the rest of this area in with grey concrete. Then on the opposite side of the marking here, we will remove these 2 rows and replace these with smooth stone, just like so. On top of the remaining part of the grid, so just all of the white concrete along the left and back side of the build, we want to stack a row of bricks. And then place a row of brick slabs on top. We will then place large ferns. Missed these 2. We will then place large ferns along the inside of this wall. There is only one little exception where somewhere at the start here, so right here will actually do just nicely, I think. We just want to make an order box, so maybe just an additional row inwards, maybe about here actually. We just want to place a polished black stone wall, note block, 2 red concrete, and then a painting, just like so. And it's as simple as that. Maybe we can even have a smooth stone here or something as well. I don't know whether that's necessary, but there we go. With the entire outside of the build complete, we can now head inside and work on the interior. First things first, we are going to add an extra row of white concrete along the inside of this back wall. We are then going to add another wall here. Place a row of white concrete extending right of the pre-existing row, and then a row of 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 black concrete, just like this. We then want to place a row of 7 white concrete, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then a spruce door here on the end, and then a white concrete on the end of that. We can then fill in this entire wall with white concrete. The only part that we do not fill in is the black concrete area. We just connect it together across the top like so, and then add a row of polished black stone slab across the top of that. We also want to add polished black stone wall here underneath these windows with red concrete in front and paintings in front of the red concrete. We also want to add a 1x2 painting here. That one will do just fine. And then here we add a cauldron with an oak trapdoor above it. And then 2 rows of red concrete to the left, which we extend up to the ceiling. Extend the bottom and the top forwards. Detector rail here. Flower pot here. Lever here. Stone button here. Item frames here with different potions in them. It doesn't matter which ones you choose. We will then place a row of terracotta along the inside of the light grey terracotta here with jungle leaves on top. We will then place oak stairs here below this window with end rods in front, and then oak pressure plates on top. Another set of stairs behind, and then a row of 2 black concrete behind that. Then another set of stairs, end rods, stairs, and then pressure plates on top. We will then place oak stairs here, end rods here, oak stairs here, 2 rows of black concrete here, stairs, end rods, stairs, and then we can just place the pressure plates on top of the end rods. And then here we will place a row of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 red concrete. So basically this is just 1 row away from the polished black stone wall here and 1 row away from the door. We can then reuse our sign banners and write canes along the front of our red concrete and place red carpet in front of our black concrete. We are now going to head into the toilets area, which is right here. First thing we must do is make a wall. To do this, we want to count and find 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. The 7th block here, we want to place a row of white concrete separating the kitchen area from the bathroom area here. Then we will place a cauldron here in this corner, oak trapdoor above it, flower pot here, item frame here, stone button here, white banner in the item frame, flip it down. Then we will place 2 rows of white concrete to the right of this, so a 2x2 square like so, and then we can make another toilet by placing the same cauldron, the same flower pot, the same stone button, item frame, and then the white banner inside flipped down just like so. And we also want to place a row of light grey concrete here against this window, and we will place item frames here on the left, levers here, and then we will place some candles here, and then on this wall, pale oak stair, pale oak sign, stone button, flower pot, and then a couple of spruce doors here just to separate these stores. Maybe we'll even raise that up another row. Another idea is to use some smooth quartz just to kind of like raise it a little bit. That looks pretty good. And now all we have to do is work on the kitchen area. First of all, let's hop into the kitchen and place a row of red concrete along this wall, both at the bottom and the top. We then want to place hoppers here and here with levers in between, and a brewing stand here, here and here with flower pots in between. We can then place a light grey concrete here, then a furnace, 2 more light grey concrete, furnace, light grey concrete, just like so. Then above this, we place a polished blackstone slab, stair, then 2 slabs, stair, slab. Then we can place a couple of item frames just along here with some chicken or whatever food items you would like to place in here. Then a row of black concrete across the top of this, and we will place varying paintings in front of the black concrete. We will then place a smooth quartz stair here with a painting in front, and we can stick a flower pot to the side, pressure plate here, and then maybe a lantern here. And then if you like, you can just have an item frame with some food in it or not. And then we are just going to make this look ever so slightly nicer on the inside by adding an additional row of light grey terracotta. It just looks a little bit nice. It provides a little bit of contrast to this wall. And that's actually pretty much it. That is this tutorial 100% fully completed. However, this video is not over. We must now add our Raising Cane's into our city. I have a nice little collection of fast food restaurants in a certain part of my new suburban suburbs, and I think that I would like to add to it. Raising Cane's, at the very least now, is going to live right here next to Zaxby's. Thank you so much for watching. If you have enjoyed this tutorial, please remember to subscribe to the channel and like the video. Also, consider becoming a channel member. You will gain access to loyalty badges, some fun emojis, and a monthly download for every single build used in our city. Thank you so much for watching. I hope to see you in the next one. Goodbye.